All right, lift your numbers. Okay, 321.
Is it bingo?
I won.
Hello.
Hello, Charlie. I'm Gemma Gracewood from Letterboxd. And your book and now your film have brought so much meaning and a language for parents like me with young children to explain anxiety and fear and loneliness. And I was wondering, here you are with an Academy Award, it's incredible. What are the stories, especially on film, that have been as meaningful to you as yours is to us?
You mean what are the stories I've heard from people about the film?
Films and growing up in your life. Anything that brought you rest
The Black Stallion was massive for me. I just loved that. This kind of resurrected relation, the extraordinary journey of a horse. I think I read more books and watched things. Tintin and Asterix and Edward Ardazoni wrote books about a boy called Tim. But they're all very, they went into their world. And I did find a lot of solace and calm in books, definitely, when I read them. I'm sorry I'm not more...
Get out of the way. Charlie and I met about 30 years ago, and we almost immediately bonded over a film called Spinal Tap. And I guess we've talked every day since, and every day since we've come up with numerous quotes from Spinal Tap. And in fact, the name of our production company is None More Productions, and our suits are None More Black. So not on the emotional side, but certainly on the friendship side, that's been a piece of cultural glue.
Yeah, I think just thinking about your question, I just want to say that probably the awards are incredible, and I'm speechless, to be truthful, but almost as greater award has been the responses from people to me about their reaction to the book and the film. For instance, someone told me the other day that she said that her 5-year-old grandson looked up at her when they were shopping, and she said that he's learned every single sentence in the film. And he looked up at her and said, "Gran, you're enough just as you are, you know that." And she looked down at him and stopped and realized she'd never understood that or ever thought that. And she said that I was listening to my grandson was telling me, who's 5, that I'm enough as I am. And she said she had, in the street, she had tears pouring down my face. And not just for her realization, but also for that fact that she knew that he would, for the rest of his days, have these words going through him. And that, for me, is gold, Yeah.
Okay, next
that doesn't answer your question, does it?
Next up, we have 142 before we move over to the virtual press room.
Hi, over here. I'm Maureen Leelinker from Entertainment Weekly.
I'm Maureen.
I want to know more about your dog. What is their name? Who's looking after them in the hotel? Tell us.
He's called Barney, and he's a miniature dachshund, long-haired, and he actually is the mole. The mole is the only creature in the film that isn't really like a mole in real life. So the boy is from, so the mole, and he is really a reflection of my dog, who's very hungry, greedy, and he's with my friend Louisa, who's looking after him. Yeah, and I to be truthful, I hadn't been on an airplane for 18 years until the Oscars because I just hadn't. And so leaving him, he's 15. I felt terrible leaving him. But anyway, so that's my dog, yeah. And also, Matthew has a dog called Vincent, who he loves just as much. Does that answer your question? Good.
All right, next up, we'll be moving to our virtual press room with Lusa News Agency, and then our final question will be from 385. So, Lusa News Agency, you're up.
Hi, congratulations on the win. I am in the virtual world, so you're not seeing me. Yes, so this was an amazing year for animation. All of your fellow nominees also had very interesting approaches. So we'll shout out for Portugal because I love Ice Merchants too. So what do you think animation conveys that is so unique that, other films cannot do? Like, what is it about animation that is so creative and conveys so much emotion?
I think you can do anything with animation. Draw anything, move anything, change anything. It's a sort of a massive landscape of possibility. And this is my first film. I mean, I got involved and co-directed it, but it was such a journey for me learning about this art. And the other films are extraordinary. I loved watching them, and I met all of them. Actually, one of the brilliant things about being on the Oscars is meeting other filmmakers and talking about their films. And the animators are just extraordinary. Yeah, does that answer your question?
They're virtual, doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Sorry.
Charlie, it's Jazz 10K from Variety.
Hello.
Congratulations to you both on the win.
Thanks.
Isabel Waller-Bridge did such an incredible job with the score. Talk about what made her the perfect composer for The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
So Izzo, thank you. Izzo got in touch with us, and she said, "Look, I've got your book." We hadn't made a film, and she got involved in the audiobook, doing some of the music for it, and we became friends. And then it just seemed very natural that she would do the score for the film. And she's such a brilliant writer and very humble. She kind of tolerated me ringing her in the middle of the sort of night with tunes. I thought I would just put a file, sing it to my phone, and send her the file, and even from my bath. And she would somehow 2 days later return by alchemy my little grumbly noises into music. So she was extraordinary and was very easy to work with and incredibly connected emotionally with the film. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.